So here's the thing. In America, when business competitors get together and discuss how much things should cost, they can go to jail. It's illegal for anyone to fix prices in a free market, even songwriters and composers. So, back in the last century, the people who use music in their businesses, like radio and TV stations, took the music licensing organization ASCAP to court, claiming its songwriter and publisher members were setting prices when they collectively licensed performances of their music. But in fact, collective licensing was, and still is, the only realistic way to legally provide millions of songs to thousands of music users. Eventually, even the Supreme Court agreed. There's just no other way to do it. Nonetheless, as a result of the lawsuit, the government decided to keep an eye on ASCAP and its members. So, ASCAP and the government agreed to a settlement, and a document called a consent decree was signed. When BMI came along, they got a consent decree too. The first ASCAP consent decree was written in 1941. Since then, it's been amended from time to time, but pretty much it still does the same thing. And what it does has a profound impact on all songwriters and composers. Here's how. First, the consent decree forces ASCAP to grant a license to use music to anyone who asks, even if it's not clear what the user is doing or is going to do with the music, or how much or even if they're going to pay for it. That's right. Under the consent decrees, just by asking, a user must be given a license. And once a user has a license, no one can stop them from using your music, even if they haven't paid a dime. Now, even the youngest businessman or woman understands that a business model where you give away the product first and discuss the price later is a loser. But that's what the consent decree makes ASCAP do on your behalf. The ASCAP and BMI consent decrees also give a single individual judge the authority to make deals for you. So whenever there's a dispute about how much a user should pay for the performance of your music in their business, these individual judges get to decide exactly how much gets paid. Of course, the consent decrees do a lot more than this, but those are the two most important points for music creators to understand. And recently, it has led to some very negative outcomes, including amazingly low payments for songwriters and composers in the digital music world. With all the changes in the music business, many people believe we need a better system for helping music creators and the people who profit from the use of our music to work together. Changing the consent decrees could be an important first step in creating a music future that works for everyone.